Good morning, guys. What's going on? We got some stock market news. Let's get into it. This is a video from Kyle Kalinske discussing the stock market tanking after Trump announced his tariffs. Very interesting stuff.
For you. So the markets absolutely tanked because Trump came out during a press conference, was asked about the tariffs on Canada and Mexico. Remember, about a month ago, he said, "We're going to put the tariffs on them." And then he had a meeting at the last minute with the president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, and Trudeau from Canada. And basically, he found a way to sort of weasel out of doing the tariffs by saying, "Oh, we made a beautiful agreement. Mexico is going to send 10,000 troops to the border to make sure the fentanyl stops coming in." And he used that to be able to get out of doing the tariffs because, as every economic,
I think the tariffs were like 25%. Were they 25% on both Mexico and Canada? I'm still kind of learning about it as last couple days, just trying to figure out what's going on. I know some Canadian guys, I post with them online. They're pretty pissed about, they're like, we're an ally. What the hell is going on? And they're all pissed off. Even Trudeau was like, hey man, this is some dumb shit to do. And when Justin Trudeau says it, you know he's not messing around. But this is all basically, I've heard some people say that this could trigger NAFTA 2.0, or that consumer good prices are going to go way up. And we're already talking about like consumer confidence already being like flatlining essentially. This can make it even worse. So let's see.
expert will tell you this would be cataclysmic for the U.S. economy. I mean, it'd be cataclysmic for the Mexican and the Canadian economy as well. Well, he was just asked, hey, how about those tariffs? Like, are they going to go into effect? And he says, yep, they're going into effect tomorrow. And then he was asked if there's any wiggle room in that. And he was like, nope, there's no wiggle room. The tariffs are going into effect tomorrow. And these are steep tariffs, man. This is, Crystal, was it 15% or 25%? 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico, our top allies. And so the market reacted in real time and absolutely imploded. And look, I don't want to overstate it, but if he were to go through with these tariffs, it would be just an economic disaster. You're basically looking at like a guaranteed recession, potentially a depression. In fact, the Atlanta Fed came out earlier today and predicted a 2.8% decrease for our GDP. Okay.
That's not good. That's not good. But I got some reaction from Reddit. Fox News displays a ticker showing the live collapse of the stock market with every word Trump has said announcing tariffs on allies. While Donald Trump took questions from the press at the White House Monday afternoon, the stock market plummeted. The Fox News displayed a graphic showing the dip while carrying Trump's remarks live. Trump told reporters that he planned to enact his long-threatened 25% tariffs against goods from Mexico and Canada and 10% tariffs against goods from China starting Tuesday, to which Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and S&P 500 did not respond well. Fox News, along with their usual breaking news chyron, also had the Dow index displayed while Trump was speaking, showing a fall of more than 650 points. Now, this comes after the Dow fell like 850 points a couple weeks ago. I remember hearing about that. I'm not sure what triggered that. I am not a financial guy. I'm not a stock market guy. I'm still kind of, I feel like I'm learning this along with some of you guys. But anyways, Trump's remarks were preceded by his early afternoon announcement that true social address to the great farmers of the United States get ready to start making a lot of agricultural product to be sold inside of the United States. Tariff will go on external product on April 2nd. Have fun, Trump posted, but it seems that there is little fun to be had in the stock market based on fears of higher prices and other negative ripple effects. If he triggers a recession, oh fuck, dude. I don't know how bad it would be. I think they had this hedge fund guy, not Jamie Dimon, another one of these dudes saying that it could be like another kind of recession. Like a lot of these billionaire guys, they're interviewing them like the Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg and stuff like that, and they're just kind of like, "Hey, this is kind of fucked, man." So I don't know when those guys start saying. I know we all hate billionaires, but it's just like, you know, I mean, if I'm gonna pay attention to the economy, I'm gonna like see what those guys are saying about this kind of stuff, guys who are, you know, closely tied into the stock market and whatnot. Anyways, this coupled with fewer food imports from three of America's largest trading partners will ultimately lead to higher food prices across the country, something that Trump campaigned against during 2024 election, and that ultimately played a factor in the victory. Plus, the prices of various other goods from cars to electronics to over-the-counter pills will also see a sharp increase. I saw this video, this guy was going and he went to a Dodge dealership, and the Dodge Ram that normally cost 80 grand. Granted, the truck shouldn't. No truck should cost 80 grand in the first place, but apparently the price shot up over 20 grand. So it was $100,000 truck. So I'll see if I can find that. But don't expect Trump to take responsibility for a sinking stock market or higher prices, though he's already saying that rising inflation isn't his fault, and has tacitly admitted that his tariffs will cause prices to go up. His administration is even discussing how to juke economic numbers, try and hide how badly Trump's radical changes, including those from Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, are hurting the economy. Looks like our wallets are about to have a rough spring. Okay. Look at this stock ticker.
For 40 years, the United States has been a laughingstock for years and years.
Oh,
That's
baby.
why this gentleman is built in Taiwan instead of building here. It would have been better if he built here. If we had a president that knew what they were doing, and we had a lot of them very bad on trade.
655. Oh, man. Oh, that is rough. But here we go. Some opinion from Associated Press. Wall Street falls again as losses wipe out all post-election gains for the S&P 500. I know there was big gains in the stock market after Trump got elected. It was pretty crazy. Everything was in green. Stocks racked up more losses on Wall Street Tuesday as the trade war between U.S. and its key trading partners escalated, wiping out all gains since Election Day for the S&P 500. The Trump administration imposed tariffs on imports from Canada and Mexico starting Tuesday and double tariffs against imports from China. All three countries announced retaliatory actions, sparking worries about a slowdown in the global economy. The S&P fell 1.2% with more than 80% of the stocks in the benchmark index closing lower. The Dow Jones Industrial Average slid 1.6%. The NASDAQ Composite slipped 0.4%. The tech-heavy index briefly reached a 10% decline from its most recent closing high. This is what the market considers a correction, but gains for NVIDIA, Microsoft, and other tech heavyweights helped pair these losses. Financial stocks were among the heaviest weights in the S&P 500 index. JP Morgan Chase fell 4%, and Bank of America lost 6.3%. Markets are having a tough time, even setting expectations for what the trade war could look like, said Ross Mayfield, investment strategy analyst at Baird. This is clearly a level step higher than anything we saw during Trump's first term. So let's get into some of these comments on Reddit. I meant to do that.
The United States.
Oh, hold on. Let me pause that video. Shut up, Donald. I'm busy here. He's crashing the economy from the inside so American people suffer. He's destroying America's relationships with all its allies on an international level. It's been a little over a month. He just cut off aid to Ukraine, too, so let's recap. Dismantling our federal government, taking our stock market, screwing Ukraine over, and absolutely destroying our position as a world power. I can't imagine Putin's wanting anything more at this point and so fast. Yeah, the Putin stuff, ooh, baby, that does not look good. That does not look good. Trump has to do it now. He has to blitzkrieg the entire political apparatus while he still has undying maniacal support from his fan base. I would say 95% of everyone that voted for him are still rabidly supporting every decision he's made so far. Despite empirical evidence that he's hurting everyone and not just people he promised to hurt, they're taking it as acceptable losses for what needs to get done to fix the broken systems in government, defunding Medicare, Social Security, and to firmly establish America first, withdrawing from NATO, ending Ukraine aid. If they actually withdraw from NATO, man, I'll eat my hat. That really would be something. Don't hold me to that, though. His voters lack critical thinking skills. They are simply put illiterate by every conceivable metric. So it will be when Trump tangibly hurts them across multiple avenues of their lives, when they finally put two and two together that, oh, hey, guys, actually my best interest at heart. A lot of right-wing guys felt screwed over by Trump's term. There was a big resistance to Trump on the right that doesn't get talked about much. A lot of former Trump voters felt totally screwed over by him and were just like, screw this, fuck this guy. I'm not going through this shit again. He didn't help me enough. He didn't, supercharge the economy. He didn't kick out enough immigrants. He didn't help small business owners. He didn't pull us out of Obamacare. He didn't do X, Y, Z. Trump had a lot of failures his first term. And a lot of people just seem to forget about that kind of stuff. They seem to forget about the COVID stuff, the COVID reaction. A lot of that was on Trump. People blamed the Biden administration for that, but a lot of that was on Trump, man. But, depressing to think about. Of course, by that time, damage is done permanent. I'm sure Trump will be in Moscow by the time American cities are legitimately on fire. There are mass droves of people calling for blood. I hope it doesn't come to that. But at this rate, man, I also don't have a good outlook on what's to come. The only guarantee I have about what comes next is the U.S. will no longer be a world superpower. The only thing we'll have going for us is a vast arsenal of nuclear weapons, and right now, Putin is the one that controls that trigger because he controls Trump. Don't forget Netanyahu! But anyways, critical thinking is fundamental skill being slowly dissolved, la 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 la. They're talking about the Russians and stuff like that. But yeah, this is just a big mess. But let's read a little bit of this. This is from NPR. China and Canada announced new retaliatory measures on Tuesday after President Trump's long-promised tariffs took effect overnight. Trump imposed a 25% levy on most imports from Canada and Mexico, with a separate 10% tariff on Canadian energy exports. Tariffs on Chinese goods were increased from 10% to 20%. Oh, I thought they were just at 10%. U.S. investors continue to sell off. That started Monday after Trump announced there was no room left for negotiating with Mexico or Canada. The Dow fell 1.55%, or about 670 points on Tuesday, after already falling nearly 1.5% on Monday. Canada, the S&P lost. Oh, we already know that. Canada, Mexico, and China, the country's two largest trading partners, escalating trade wars likely result in consumers paying higher prices for a range of products, including fruits and vegetables, flat-screen TVs, and auto parts. Shares of major U.S. automakers Ford and GM also plunged on Tuesday, so did the shares of Best Buy and Target, as those large retailers warned that new tariffs can increase the price of their customer pay. Now, there was something else go into effect tomorrow. He may roll. U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick says Trump may roll back Canada and Mexico tariffs tomorrow. U.S. Commerce Secretary Lutnick says, okay. See you in a couple weeks for the next round of tariff threats and stock market turmoil. Oh, baby. What the hell is going on with this? What are we doing now? Some people saying, okay, this is going to take effect on April 2nd. And some people are saying, you know, what? This is so goofy. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, yours are coming. Tariffs are coming on 60 months. Attitudes about your free healthcare and reasonable work-life balance. Of course, there's still Europe. We are waiting for our turn. Oh, baby. What a joke. We just want to live, cook dinner, have clean water, have health insurance, and retire, but no, we have to survive the infinite madness of a necessary shitstorm. So yeah, he's causing a lot of chaos. It's a real mess. I don't know what the hell's going on. Jeez, oh man. The Trump put is done. The stock market has erased all of its meteoric gains, notched since Election Day. Hopes for regulation, tax cuts, and other fiscal stimulus to President Trump has been replaced by fears that his tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China will end a full-blown trade war. That outcome will most certainly hurt consumers and corporate profits and revive the economic threat of inflation. That's why Wall Street is suddenly worried again instead of excited about Republicans controlling the White House and Congress. There's no sign of the so-called Trump put, the expectation that he will do what he can to keep the stock market happy. Instead, Tuesday offered a broad-based, though volatile sell-off after Trump's tariffs on Canada and Mexico went into effect. The end of the Trump trade is even clearer now where you look farther back. The S&P 500 has now shed all its gains for the year and ended Tuesday below where it closed on Election Day. The NASDAQ composite has fallen 9.4% below its record closing high from December, and 1 point Tuesday was on pace for a 10% drop, which would put it officially into correction territory. Such loss have extended to Bitcoin and other risk assets too. Yeah, if you're holding Bitcoin, you are screwed. I hate to say it, man. It's a real mess. But I tell you what, I'm going to leave it there. Just got some thoughts and opinions from some of these people. It looks like a real mess. Hey, is this what we voted for? This, I was ready for this. This is not surprising to me at all. If there's Trump voters out there, let me know how you feel about this. Do you think it's a bunch of liberal propaganda? Do you think things are going to be fine? Anybody can sound off in the comments. How are you feeling about this? Are you seeing higher prices anywhere? I just paid $5 for eggs yesterday. Ridiculous. But, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. All this shit happening on a Wednesday morning. I just want to get up and hear some good news, and I got this shit. But, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts on it down below, and I will talk to you guys later.
Ryan Little.